Good evening. Um, the last video I made was the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. And the Broncos 79, who called me out, made it clear that I hadn't been making enough videos. And there's a reason why. I said that I would explain why during my next video, hence, next video. Since about, I want to say, probably February up until about early August. Man, I gotta be honest with you, cardboard just wasn't doing it for me anymore. Like, there were a bunch of different things that kind of just, I don't know, I guess the spark or the flame just kind of fizzled out. And it had nothing to do with, YouTube is dying, yada yada yada. No, it had nothing to do with that. It was actually the hobby itself, the direction the hobby is going. You know, who has which sports license this year, and the fact that, you know, I can't see a good upper deck card unless it's in a friggin' college uniform, which I personally do not like. I do not like college uniforms. There's just something about it. Like, if I'm gonna fork over X amount of dollars for, I don't know, let's say John Elway, he'd better as hell be wearing a Broncos uniform, and that's just the way I've always been. So, and the news that Panini is going to get the exclusive football license in a couple of years, and gorgeous cards like Top Supreme and 5 Star are going to be. They have either A, they're not going to make that product for football, or B, they're going to be in college uniforms, and I just think, for me personally, that just defeats the purpose. If you collect college uniform cards, more power to you. It's just not me. And I could just say Panini, and everybody's like, "Oh yeah, fucking Panini," and it's true, man. I mean, almost impossible to put sets together anymore. You know, it's just like, Michael Seddon said it best, and he said Panini is severely screwing the set collector, and they really are. You can't even think about doing a set anymore, especially if you want to do a licensed football set in 2 years. Good luck. It's not going to happen. And eBay, that whole nonsense. People asking way too much for stuff that's just not worth that much. Stuff is actually selling for 2, maybe 3 times what they're actually worth. Somebody listing something for X dollars, buy it now or best offer. So you submit a legitimate offer, and they either A, decline it immediately, or B, their counter offer is $5 less than their original offer, and they're just not willing to budge. And it's just all of it just kind of, I had enough of it. I'm just like, you know what? I'm not gonna buy any cardboard. I'm not even gonna think about this hobby for who knows. Like, I was still looking for set hunter cards. I do it every day. It's like, when you do something every day for X amount of years, like, you can't help but not do it. So even to this day, I still check for other cards. But anyway, that's why I hadn't made a lot of videos. But I will say this: the one thing that kind of got me back into the hobby and kind of rejuvenated and like relit the fire was actually watching people's YouTube videos, like their Nationals videos. I didn't get to go to Nationals this year. I went last year, and just by watching people's videos from their recaps from this year, or like their videos during Nationals, that, like, it relit the spark. I started thinking about how glorious Nationals was for me last year. I was there for less than 48 hours, but man, I'll never forget it. I mean, walking around the show floor is probably maybe 25% of it. And so I started thinking about how much fun I had, like all the people I met, and it just relit that spark. It like relit, you know what I'm talking about? So I came to the conclusion that since it's going to be impossible to do sets, I'm never going to do another set again. Probably. Don't quote me, but probably. Still work on that big bastard, but after that, it's what's the point? Uh, so I dusted off the old list that I've mentioned a couple times before in videos about this list I've had for like the past 20 years of players and autographs of these players that I've wanted. They're not necessarily the biggest players, but they were, I watched them and I paid attention to them when I was growing up. So, a LeBron James autograph, he's not on the list. Kobe Bryant is not on the list. Like Mike Trout and Bryce Harper and all these new kids, they're not on the list. All right, my guys, the majority of my guys are retired or they're knocking on the door. So anyway, without further ado, I have 4 cards, and I'm very excited about them. So thank you for rambling on. Cardboard. So also another reason is I find myself extremely picky about the cards I buy these days. Like they have to meet a certain criteria for me to even be interested in them, and that's on me. Like I want my cards to look a certain way. I want them to be a certain design, and that's another thing that kind of drove me away from the hobby. Is a lot of the designs lately. A lot of them are shit, and some of the every year, and especially around football and baseball, like they put out these products where it's so rookie heavy, and I can give 2 shits about rookies. I really could. The only time I care about a rookie card is after they've made it to the Hall of Fame. then I will take notice of that player's rookie card. But anyway, this might be an unexpected melee. I got some cards here that kind of from left field. But anyway, these guys are on my list. I'm branching out a little bit. This is from, I don't even know what year this is from. 2012, 2013, Panini. Yep, as much as I complain about it, you don't have much of a choice. 2012-13 Panini Immaculate Basketball. Yeah, basketball. Of the Birdman. The original Birdman. Number 43 of 50. Finally got a Larry Bird autograph. And it's a 2-color patch, jersey, whatever you want to call it. It's 2 colors. And for the Celtics, that's as good as you're going to get. It's on card. It's gorgeous. It's white cardstock. Multicolor patch, on card autograph, white cardstock. It hit all 3 criteria. I don't care if it's numbered to 10 or if it's numbered to 1,000. If it hits the criteria, I'm interested. So yeah, cross him off the list. Finally, a Larry Bird auto. The original Birdman. Here's an unexpected card. Before the Colorado Avalanche were even a hockey team, and before I even knew who Peter Forsberg was, this is the guy I watched. And once again, I don't know why it took me so damn long to get an autograph of this guy, but I guess I was waiting for the right one to come along. Man. 2012 Dominion Hockey. 3-color patch on-card autograph, 18 of 40. Mike Modano. No matter what sport you cheer for, everybody has a favorite team, and they have a sweetheart team. Your favorite team is the one you cheer for. Your sweetheart team, your mistress team, is the one you cheer for secretly. And the Minnesota North Stars / Dallas Stars were always my mistress team because of this guy. Loved me some Mike Modano. Yep, I said it. 3-color patch, white cardstock, on-card auto, multicolor patched, fit the criteria. Check. This next card does not fit the criteria, but it's so gorgeous I couldn't pass it up, and I've been waiting for for this card to come around, and I don't know if this is regular Topps Supreme or it's the Topps Supreme Asia Pacific Edition, whatever they want to call it. I don't know. Who cares? Dual autograph of 2 out of 3 of my favorite all-time Red Sox players ever. 21 of 25. Nomar Garciaparra and Dustin Pedroia. I was searching Nomar Garciaparra autos one day, and this had just been listed. Saw the buy it now price, and within 30 seconds I had bought it. Very excited about that one. So there's 2 out of 3 of my favorite Red Sox players. Who is the third, you might ask? Well, it's this guy. And this is a card I have waited for patiently, have bid on several patch autographs of this guy and have always been outbid, or people's asking price is stupidly ridiculous. I mean, one that is similar to this is listed right now for a buy it now, no offer of $345 or some stupid shit like that. So I've been waiting, and I've waited, and finally this popped up with a starting bid that scared off everybody else, but it was still low enough that I felt comfortable bidding on it. So without further ado, I'd slow roll this, but I'd be doing it a disservice by covering any part of this card up. Number 2013 Tier 1. Game worn patch on card autograph number 6 of 10 of David Ortiz. I was happy as a pig in shit when I won this one. There's only three colors of the Red Sox jersey you can possibly get. I nailed all 3 of them. Happy. David Ortiz crossed off the list. So you might have noticed a little bit of a pattern, a little bit of a theme happening with, white cardstock. I'm working on something. I'm concocting something in my old noggin. But there it is. So, thank you for listening. Glad to have found the rejuvenation. Glad that, it was actually your guys' national recaps videos that got me back in a little bit. I was never really truly gone. I had just basically taken a detour. If that makes any sense. Anyway, thank you for listening for almost 14 minutes. Can't wait to see your next video. I'm talking to everybody. And I'm going to go bask in the glory of this.